Hello there. Today, we're talking crosswinds. It is important to know how to determine the crosswind component of the winds to ensure that we can make a safe approach and landing. The first step is to obtain the winds for your airport. For the sake of this example, let's say the winds are at 300 at 25 knots. The next step is to find the difference between the winds and our landing runway. Today, we're landing on runway 27, so the difference is 30 degrees. Your knee board should have a crosswind component chart that looks like this. We find the line associated with the difference between the winds and our landing runway and trace down to the x-axis to determine the crosswind component. Looks like we have a crosswind component of about 13 knots. Finally, we use this information and compare it to our pilot operating handbook to determine if we are within the aircraft's max demonstrated crosswind. Don't forget that the max demonstrated crosswind was determined by an experienced test pilot, and you would be wise to establish your own personal safety margins. To compensate for crosswinds, pilots mainly use two techniques, the crab and the wing low method. In the crab method, we point our nose slightly into the wind as though we were trying to scuttle across a flowing river. In the wing low method, we compensate for the wind by rolling our wings into the wind and using our rudder to maintain alignment with the runway. We keep the control pressures required to adjust for the wind and touch down on the upwind main landing gear, followed by the downwind main gear, and finally allowing the nose gear to touch down. As we roll down the runway, we maintain the wind correction to prevent the wind from getting under the wing and flipping the aircraft. Be sure to hop into the plane with a flight instructor to practice crabs and side slips to master crosswind landings. Keep your head on a swivel, resume on navigation, frequency change approved. See ya!